Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Wednesday night. Welcome to Wrap It Up. So where's Josh at?
I think he's a little under the weather.
Oh, you got him.
Got him.
You done got him, man. The itis got him. Josh, hey, man, get well soon, bud. Get some rest. Man, I'm gonna love this because we haven't been able to do this
Right?
by ourselves, just me and you. I know I'm usually the one missing out, so I'm excited. How was your sports week? There wasn't any football games going on, so did you watch anything else?
No football games, none at all for but watched a little bit of the Unrivaled 1v1 tournament, which we'll get into, and then Florida Panthers doing great.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm eating my feelings right now.
What flavor?
Shamrock shake.
Oh.
Yeah, it's that time, baby. Things are turning green. We're about to get into March, but we're still in February, and but we're not in football anymore. At least, we got to do it. The Chiefs lost to the Philadelphia Eagles in an absolute ass whooping, much to my dismay. So much that I got a little bit tipsy in the second half. Actually, I had a good time watching the game, even though we were losing. When I went up to the casino, joined some friends, we were all wearing our Chiefs jerseys, and so whenever I joined, we had scored, we had gotten our first down near the end of the second quarter. So, like, I was just like, that's our first down. And so we didn't have a whole lot, folks, but we went over in detail Monday night on Bracket Pitches. So if you guys want to check that out, see Josh's opinion as well as myself and Soul's, definitely go check that out. But we do got to give Philadelphia some love, man. I mean, they played a hell of a game. That front four of their defense absolutely dominated the entire game, much to my dismay. But the halftime show, not too bad.
Did you see Kendrick Lamar had more yards than the Chiefs?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. No, he definitely did. He definitely had more rushing yards than us. He had more time of possession. I think I said it. I've been saying it to everybody because so Monday, I was like, you know what? I'm still going to wear my Chiefs gear because even though my boys lost, they got to the mountaintop.
You got to support your boys.
I got to support my guys, man. I'm not going to run away. These colors don't run, even though my colors did not block worth a damn. But yeah, no, I enjoyed the halftime show. I think the internet's kind of 50-50. You either loved it or you hated it.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like T-Pain kind of wraps up kind of how I felt about it.
That was incredible. That may have been the most simple halftime show I've ever seen. Not that it wasn't, it was great, it was good. But for some reason, oh my God, that was impactful as shit. Like when you think about, when you compare like Rihanna fucking 100, 200 feet up in the fucking air, you see shit like that and it's just like, he didn't really do shit. He didn't do shit and he fucking didn't need to is the crazy part. It would seem like a glaze if you were like, man, that was one of the best. But when you really look at it, I think it's fucked up that I'm just now realizing how much you really don't have to do to have a good halftime performance. Especially when you got smashes. You got smash records. You got smash album cuts, which is fucking crazy by itself. A lot of people last night in New Orleans was asking me, would you ever perform at the Super Bowl? And I was like, no, I would never be able to come up with a good enough show for a Super Bowl. And I see that and it's just like, maybe I can.
Maybe I could.
Go watch that entire stream. I went back and watched it. Dude. T-Pain is just so good.
No, dude, he's such a great hang. And I can't pull some of the names right now, but there's other producers that are doing a lot of that. Like they're doing reactions, they're on Twitch or live streaming, and it's really cool. One of my favorite producers, Timbaland, has been doing that too. So it's cool to see everybody kind of get into that market. Maybe out of necessity, after COVID, maybe even during COVID, but it's really cool. But yeah, for the halftime show, that's kind of how I felt. I mean, it wasn't really like extravagant. I mean, he definitely had, some really cool imagery and, some choreography and such. But I mean, it wasn't like huge fireworks and flames. It wasn't over the top as far as production, but it didn't need to be. Really didn't. I mean, it was maybe a little bit too subtle of messaging for some people who doesn't really, have a lot of backstory as far as, some of what he was really communicating to people, and President Trump in attendance. So
it was kind of a you got it or you didn't get it. And I think that's where the divide is the people who got the message that he was sending, not just to Drake, but to the nation as a whole, and then people who didn't get it. Like my older brother, he didn't really like it that much. He was just like, it was a so-so halftime show. And to me, and like my mom who's never listened to a Kendrick song ever in her life is now a Kendrick Lamar fan. She's like, I want to listen to all his albums. I need all the lyrics though, because I want to see the actual lyrics on the page. Because right now, her and rap music, which she used to listen to rap music when she was younger, now she's like, it's too fast for me. I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I really think some of it was lost because the mic volume wasn't as prominent. A lot of people, kind of made the slant like, oh, I guess this is mumble rap. No, it's just, I mean, the audio, production wasn't really as tight. Yeah. But it's a live event. Like sometimes that's just going to happen.
Yeah.
And
it depends on the place too. So, like we've had live performances. My family has season tickets to Inter Miami. That place is not a place to perform. Like the sound quality is just not good. The acoustics not good. But we've had people perform there, and like every time we're just like, oh, this just not sound good at all.
Yeah, you got to be like right where the sound guy is. That's why, like, if I go to live events, I hang out by the sound booth because they're gonna have the best spot, and to really have the most keen ear to it. Oh, hello there. But I love that, man. Vámonos, madre. Let's go, man. A new K-Dot fan in the house.
Right.
But I mean, we are at the end of the NFL season. We're going to have XFL or, kind of I don't know if they merged for the AFL, I think now. So we're going to have some summertime football. But we do have a little bit of news. It happened actually before the Super Bowl game. But the Eagles offensive coordinator, who did a great job during that match in the 22-40 rout of the Kansas City Chiefs, actually got tapped. And honestly, he may have just moved. Instead of riding the bus, he might have just moved with his family because he's sticking in New Orleans. Won a Super Bowl, got the ring, held up the trophy, and then probably went house shopping the next day.
You take the plane back. I'm staying.
Yeah. Me and the family are going to stick around here and find out. But yeah, so since Allen, the previous coach of the New Orleans Saints, is out, the Eagles play caller is the new head man, and that's Moore. So he's never been a head coach before, which is really kind of the new trend.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of offensive and defensive coordinators this last year getting their first time as a head coach. And we'll see in the next year, we'll get I think 4 or 5 more. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see what happens there, as well as what does the Super Bowl champs look like under new leadership on the offensive play calls. But yeah, I mean, they got Saquon. They got Jalen Hurts. They got the best offensive line. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. They got a stack roster, so they should be fine, folks.
Yeah.
But that's not the only movement. So there actually is some player movement too. Nothing. There's some that's just kind of in the questions mark. Sam Darnold is one big question mark. He is, according to their head coach, Kevin O'Connell, says that he has earned his free agency, which I don't know, kind of feels like a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, I don't know how to take that. What was his tone?
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah, I wish I got the video of it and to show, but it's just like, all right. I mean, because Sam Darnold did a great job. He kind of failed at the end, but it takes a team to lose basically. But yeah, we'll see with that because J.J. McCarthy the rookie that they drafted last year, their first round pick, got injured before the season started. Sam Darnold stepped in, did a phenomenal job, leading them, I believe, to 14 wins, and maybe looking for a new place. So there's quite a bit that is open. Also, Cincinnati Bengals, kind of a question mark there if they're going to be able to hold on to T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. But Myles Garrett is some big news. A defensive player for the Cleveland Browns, formally asked for a trade. I believe we kind of hinted on that last week. So that's going to be interesting. Hey, Miles, the Chiefs need a defense. Come on, bud.
No, is it going to be an ask and rescind like Tyreek Hill, which is like, actually, I like it here. After saying on live television that he wanted to leave Miami.
Yeah, man. I don't think anybody wants to go back to Cleveland, unfortunately, for that city. That organization is absolute trash. But there are 6 teams that have unsettled quarterback jobs there. The Browns is definitely one because they do have a Deshaun Watson, who is probably one of the worst players. He wasn't great on the field, and he's terrible off the field. But he has a ton of guaranteed money, unfortunately, for the Browns. So that really reflects what they can do. Yeah.
Yeah, that literally is just this. That was the worst pickup ever for so much fucking money. Yeah. So much money.
Yeah, it set the market at that time. It's the most guaranteed money at that point that any player has ever received. And you kind of knew what you were going to get. I mean, there was like maybe a small chance that his performance would, not, mask, but, maybe kind of offset a little bit of the, off the field issues, but it definitely was not that. So they're definitely in turmoil there. The New York Jets, Pittsburgh Steelers, Tennessee Titans, Las Vegas Raiders, and New York Giants. I mentioned the Vikings, but also the Saints. I mean, Derek Carr is a little bit aging out, as well as Matthew Stafford. They're with the Los Angeles Rams. So a lot of movement. Some other players that look like they're going to be leaving, definitely the Jets, is Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. It looks like that is very much in stone. So we'll see what Aaron Rodgers does on the free agency market, because I believe they're just going to release him. If they have not already. But then Devontae Smith's probably not that far behind him. Russell Wilson also with the Steelers. And Justin Fields. Both of them were pickups last year. Fields did great for 3 or 4 games, as far as the beginning of the season while Russell Wilson was out. And then Russell came in. People were skeptical, and he actually did pretty well. But the Steelers just stealed. They just meandered, made the playoffs, and then didn't do anything with it. Mm-hmm. And then Jameis Winston, which, that was what I wanted to send you. There was a video I was thinking in my head. I'm like, oh man, there's a clip I want to do. Ladies and gentlemen, after you watch us, after you like, after you subscribe, and leave a comment.
And hit that bell.
Yeah, hit the bell. Go look up Jameis Winston and Bert Kreischer. They hung out the entire game, and there's probably like a 20, 30-minute video of just them talking, and it is absolute gold.
My favorite is he did the thing I told him to do.
Yeah, that's my celebration. I told him to. You told him, oh my God, dude, what? Like, yeah, it looks like an absolute blast. They bought like 2,000 words.
I want him to be my best friend.
Tickets. Yeah, they became best friends. I mean, they're like, dude, I love you. I love you, man.
I want him to be though. He needs to be our best friend.
Bro. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, Jameis Winston is just an absolute gem. He is, and Bert really, like, whenever they're kind of doing a little bit of that love fest at the end, mm-hmm. Bert really puts it. He's like, dude, you're so genuine. He's like, you make me want to be a better person. He's like, you don't drink, you don't do anything, you don't even cuss. And he's like, but you're so full of life. It's like, you don't need anything else. You have it naturally. He's like, that's what I want. And then later, Jameis like, I'll do a shot. So they did a shot of tequila. So Jameis Winston, who doesn't drink, like probably heavily. Probably have one every now and then. He's like, yeah, it's like, if we're celebrating, I'll drink. but it's not like he drinks all the time to
Right.
cope or to just, kind of go along. So, anyways, check it out. It's amazing. But Jameis Winston is looking for a team. So, there are some landing
He just
spots.
needs to be on a team for vibes only. Like, he just needs to be a vibes hire.
Dude, we need you in Kansas City, bud. Like, even if you're just in the locker room, man, we just need all the good vibes we can get right now. Because we might have somebody leaving. I still have his jersey. I did not sell it at the bar Sunday night like I did my Mahomes jersey. Travis Kelce. Possibly retiring. It was kind of speculated. We're not worth really any hard, facts or information, just because of his age, and honestly, it's like if they won the three-peat, that's probably the siren song because you would want to go out on top. So that's a big question mark now that the Chiefs lost. And they're going to be kind of doing a little bit of a rebuild, like not a major one, but we got some shuffling as far as some salary and some player signing. But Travis Kelce, even though it's unclear what's going to happen, he's definitely first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
But in his him and his brother Jason's podcast, he actually had a little bit of something to say.
Everybody wants to know whether or not I'm playing next year, and right now I'm just kicking everything down the road. I'm kicking every can I can down the road, and I'm not making any crazy decisions. But right now the biggest thing is just being there for my teammates and being there for my coaches, understanding that there's a lot that goes into this thing. I've been fortunate over the past 5-6 years. I've played more football than anybody.
Yeah.
And it's because the people that are in that building and the fact that we keep going to these AFC championships and these Super Bowls. And that means I'm playing an extra 3 games more than everybody else in the entire league. And that's a lot of wear and tear on your body.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, kind of first world problems. Oh, no, you get to play in the Super Bowl 5 out of 6 years. But yeah, I mean, just kind of seeing, when Jason was retiring.
Yeah.
Kind of what he was talking about then. He's like, I hurt all the time. He's like, I'm just kind of tired of it. He's like, I still a passion for the game, but, your body wears. And then also, you got a lot of information about CTE. Mm-hmm. I mean, my body hurts, and I'm not a professional athlete. I'm just a dumbass. So I don't know. I mean, any thoughts on Travis Kelce? And are we going to miss Taylor Swift? Is she still going to show up to games? I don't know.
She might show up to games in like her Eagles gear because she's a Eagles fan, but she's been rocking with KC. Although at the game she was not wearing either colors. Mm-hmm. She was in all white. She was like, I need to stay neutral, Switzerland. Yeah, him and his brother, amazing football players, amazing people. Yeah. And so anyone who tries to say, oh, they weren't good, or oh, he had Mahomes, or all this, like he's not, you're dumb. You're just dumb. But we see so many of our faves have been retiring recently. It's across all the sports. And I remember both Megan Rapinoe and Super talking about their retirements. And Megan said, I didn't work out for 6 months. She's like, I wasn't beholden to my team. I wasn't beholden to the type of shape that I had to stay in. I got to pig out and just be and relax. And then I got back to, even Sue Bird right now is just getting back to shooting around. She hasn't really shot the basketball until now because they took that time to let their body actually heal. Yeah. So I think for that point, Jason's letting his body heal now. Travis, go let your body heal. Go let your body heal, and then you can have fun and do a pickup game, or maybe if they come up with a football version of TST and TBT, you can join and do that.
Yeah. I mean, there's flag football. Mm-hmm. Flag football's coming around, and
it's coming to the Olympics, I think.
It is the Olympics, and one of the current U.S. team, some of the players were throwing shots at Mahomes and saying that he couldn't do what they do. It's like, all right, but I mean, you might want to settle down with that. So I don't know. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Like maybe some of the recently retired NFL players going and playing flag football. Even though you don't want to take it from somebody else, where that's the only thing maybe they have. But at the same time, man, America, we got to win, baby. We got to win. But yeah. So I mean, with Kelsey, the whole episode, he was like, like, you got to do it episode. Like, yeah, like you're, it's probably like, you don't want to do it, but it's like, it's the show. It's, something that keeps going on. You got to just kind of put your heart out there.
Yeah.
And Jason definitely gets very emotional. I mean, they both do, but, Jason was on, kind of borderline crying, but, yeah, Kelsey goes on to kind of wrap up a little bit.
I'm going to take some time to figure it out. And I think I owe it to my teammates that if I do come back, that it's going to be something that it's a wholehearted decision. I'm not half-assing it, and I'm fully here for them. And I think I could play. It's just whether or not I'm motivated or it's the best decision for me as a man, as a human, as a person to take on all that responsibility.
And he could pull a Marta. Marta said that she might retire, and then she's not retiring. She's coming back for another year. Yeah. She's retired internationally, but she's like, yeah, I'm going to play another year.
Yeah. Not going to play every day, but I'll play most days. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and I love that he, was vulnerable in a lot of that. Definitely gave, quite a bit of, content for, the mainstream, beat reporters and everything of that nature. But, yeah, I mean, if you really watch that episode, you really just kind of see the genuineness between him and his brother. Yeah. And, both of them were getting choked up. I may have gotten a little choked up. But just because, I mean, like, regardless of how you feel about sports or just a certain sport, I mean, just hearing people be so passionate and talking about, their love for something, I mean, even though, like, I'm not much of a reader, I love hearing you guys talk about your love for books. Yeah. Right? Especially Tuesdays with Maury. Yeah, that episode we dropped last Friday. Check it out, y'all. But yeah, it's just that authenticity and that genuine care for something, and especially something that they put, their bodies on the line, and really kind of put their life on hold because they have to do everything they can for every inch and every competitive advantage. Whether that's eating just high protein crap food that doesn't really taste good, but they know it's going to help out, or spending countless hours in a gym or recovery and everything of that nature. So he's got a lot of opportunities, obviously. He's got some shows to host. He, maybe get married. We'll see about that.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I think Roger Bennett, which he's more on the soccer end of things, but he rides for Team USA, but he's originally from Liverpool, but he has his U.S. citizenship, and he goes, I root for the U.S. over England all the time. Any day of the week, USA baby. But he goes, football is the most important, least important thing. Mm-hmm. So, and I think you could put that, and he's talking about soccer, but I think you can put that with all sports. In the grand scheme of life, sports aren't very important, but then also they are very important. They bring community together. They make you feel things. And then when you have the storylines, when you have those connections with players, with a team that goes on a run, those things are important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they bring commerce. They bring, money to the city. They, they use tax revenue sometimes a little bit too much, but they do provide jobs. I mean, yeah. So it hopefully, Travis, man, just make the choice that what's best for your life. Hey, maybe rest up. Just like Josh, feel better, man. Rest up. Justin says maybe no wrestling show. We're gonna do it, bud. Even if I gotta hop on. No, definitely. I would just be like, yeah, click. I don't know. I wouldn't have anything to provide. NWO, I know about that. Wolfpack baby for life. But sorry, let me warm up my voice because it's time for Basketball.
Hey, that was nice. That was nice.
Yeah,
I liked
yeah.
it. I liked it.
I got a pretty good vibrato. Yeah. No, and basketball is in full swing. This is probably nobody's ever heard this before. This is brand new news. Luka got traded. Did you know that?
I had no idea. Tell me more.
Yeah, apparently he got traded to the Lakers.
What?
That's cool because yeah, right. Yeah, Jason Kidd didn't even know. But yeah, so Luka did get traded to the Lakers as we talked about last week, and everybody was buzzing. But Luka finally made his appearance in LA.
And the other guard wears number 77. 6'7", seventh campaign from Slovenia.
That was weird. Am I freezing?
No, I can hear you. You're good.
Okay, you're frozen on mine. Let me try that again.
And the other guard wears number 77. 6'7", seventh campaign from Slovenia. Luka Doncic.
James out of there with it after an empty possession for the Jazz. And here's Doncic driving, puts it up. Instead, it's a lob. And Hayes with the slam. We know how Luka loves to lob it to his friends. Hasn't taken a shot yet. Doncic has attempted one. On the switch, Luka's got the big on him. Tries the three. And hits it. The first of many to come for Luka Doncic as a Laker. Times that fadeaway as an opponent. Glad I'm seeing it now as a teammate. Hachimura's pass. Almost thrown out of bounds. Finney Smith. Doncic drives. Corner three. Hachimura no good. Doncic there cleaning it up inside for the basket.
Yeah. His stick-to-itiveness is what I love on that last play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so Luka joined them as they beat the Jazz 132-113. I mean, he was passing it all over the place to people.
He was
absolutely incredible, and it's funny because he may be 280 pounds, but he makes it look effortless.
Yeah. One thing on a complete side note, really, no white person looks good in a Lakers uniform. They just don't. In that yellow, not a single white person.
I absolutely agree. Oh my God, I love that. Like I have thought that, but I've not heard it out loud. You're absolutely right. Yeah, because the yellow and then the paleness, it just doesn't work.
It does not
like,
work.
and the court's really light as well. That's like a, kind of like a light wood color. Yeah, darken it up a bit, y'all. You're in LA, get a tan or something. But I do love that with the intro. LeBron usually goes last, because he's LeBron. But with that, he actually let Luka be the one that got introduced last. So kind of give a little bit of shine to Luka, which was awesome. And Luka actually in this next set of highlights returned the favor to LeBron.
Where have you seen Luka grow the most? He said everywhere, but when he's willing, he's been a much better defender than he was early on in his career. Three ball from Hachimura is good to beat the shot clock buzzer.
They're playing the long game right now for sure. A lot of picks over the next 7 years, 11 first-round picks in the next 7 years. This is the option they're going to take, and Will Hardy could be the guy to lead it.
So Doncic does the Dirk with Dirk in attendance after LeBron.
Certainly Luka didn't have that luxury in Dallas at any time, and now they can play off each other. You see Luka again with a nice burst presence like LeBron.
Markkanen's three, not there. Doncic fires down court to James in stride. It rolls around and drops. What a look by Luka to LeBron. 13 points for James, 3 assists for Doncic.
That's a two-hand.
Such a good double chest.
The smile there, too, as he's throwing it. He looked
like, yeah.
so happy that entire game. Like, major smile. And then Dirk was in attendance as well. Dirk said that he's a Mavericks fan through and through, but he wanted to be there for Luka. So I love that Dirk was there in the audience watching the game. And yeah, it was fun to see the highlights of just Luka having a good time.
Yeah, right. I mean, especially after he literally had the rug pulled out from underneath him by the Mavericks organization. Whether that was the right move or not. I mean, AD seems to be a pretty good fit there, but it just seems like the Lakers maybe a little bit more of a contender this year than the Mavericks will be. There's still a lot of ball to play, so we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I can't imagine the whirlwind of a week that he had. And then with that, I mean, you could tell that was just kind of like a little bit of a release of pressure because, no matter how good you are, whenever all of the lights and all the camera phones are out looking at you because that's your first time, I mean, that's a lot of pressure to actually perform. So, for him, being out there facilitating and feeding everybody else. While he, kind of got some of himself. I don't know. I think that was pretty, like as appropriate of a start as he could have there. So, congrats, Luka. And LeBron and LA. Good God, Lord knows you guys need some good things in life right now, with everything kind of going on. But not everything's right as rain there in Dallas, is it, Sol?
No, Marko Milic, a fellow Slovenian and assistant coach for the Dallas Mavericks, he left because he said, "You got rid of Luka? I'm gone. You got rid of my brother? I'm gone." And those who don't know Marko Milic, he's mostly had his career in Europe, but he did play on the Phoenix Suns with Jason Kidd, and in 2022, he got hired on as an assistant coach with the Dallas Mavericks, but he stepped down February 9th.
Yeah. I'm surprised there's not more people or more fallout from this. Maybe there is. We don't know yet. Or maybe there's a lot brewing, just with, I don't know, just how abrupt. I feel inappropriate. I mean, I feel as far as that whole move was inappropriate, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see if Jason Kidd sticks around next year, or if there's other players that ask for a trade, or if everybody else is just like, I'm good, don't trade me, don't even look at me, I'm working,
Right.
I'm working out, I'm losing weight, leave me alone. But we'll see what happens there in Dallas or D-Town, but one person that probably can't afford to lose weight is the Slim Reaper himself, Kevin Durant. But this boy has put in weight as far as work because my guy, Kevin Durant, which don't look at the back. It doesn't say cupcake. Don't worry. I still love you, Kevin. He actually scored 30,000 points this week. And so he becomes only the 8th player to do so. Thanks for the NBA. We got a graphic there. So he actually passed Shaquille O'Neal quite a ways ago, but hits the milestone of 30,000 points, getting him, right after Wilt Chamberlain. He did this in a quicker time frame than LeBron James did, which is pretty surprising. So we'll see kind of what the rest of the career looks like for KD. There with the Suns and, who else he goes to. I love this graphic just because it shows all the teams he played for. The Sonics starting off. Then going to the Thunder, then Golden State, Brooklyn, Phoenix. Because that's all a part of his story. And, really his historic career. I feel like, out of those 9 people, it's like, I don't know. It kind of seems odd to see them there. Not because he's, doesn't deserve it, but it's just, when you think, top 10 of all time, even though that is just career points, but you think top 10 of all time, you may not think Kevin Durant.
Right.
But should we start thinking that right now?
Stats sometimes speak for themselves, and you'll have people who just stat-wise are great and no one talks about, or they're a role player. And I'm not saying that Kevin Durant is a role player, but sometimes you do have to look at the stats and be like, okay, who is really going to be good for a team and make the team better and be great himself? I think, and I'm in my head, I'm just thinking like the Moneyball effect of it. and that you saw in Oakland A's, and then the Boston Red Sox adopt that, and they get their first championship in 2004 after that drought, that very, very long drought. So, yeah, sometimes you got to look at the stats and be like, where are people at?
Yeah.
And what is their worth? And sometimes that means that they may be worth more than you ever thought. And I think so highly of Kevin Durant. And so maybe I should think even higher of him.
Yeah, yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I mean, I know it's still a little bitter that he left the Thunder. Man, I mean, God dang, we had such a good team. I mean, him, Russell Westbrook, freaking James Harden, just those three alone. You had some of the other ones, but definitely, I mean, highly enjoyed.
Doing all right this year, though.
Huh?
Doing all right this year.
Oh yeah, no, we good. Yeah, yeah, no, we doing all right. But yeah, no, I absolutely love the time that he was with us. Went to so many playoff games, actually. We would go to one regular season game with my parents, and we also went to playoff games. And yeah, I mean, I think the 2 years in a row we went to the Memphis Grizzly Thunder game. And
nice.
when I think we went to Game 6. I don't think we got to go to Game 7. But yeah, it was exciting times. And he was great to the city. I mean, he had a business there. He's always been, real big, community guy. But here is an ode to Kevin Durant and his 30K.
The Seattle Supersonics select Kevin Durant.
Look at that baby.
There he is, consensus National Player of the Year, first freshman ever. His accolades in the Big 12, fourth in the nation in scoring. And there, his first NBA point is scored at the line.
Becoming the second youngest in pro basketball history to reach 10,000 points.
Against Marion, Durant, pull-up jumper, up the rim, and and the Thunder win! Durant beat him again!
The 2013-14
Getting flashbacks?
NBA Most Valuable Player is Kevin Durant.
See if I was at that game.
Couple that with Klay Thompson getting the rest as Durant shakes Harrell. Hits again. 25 points tonight. 20,000 for his career.
For Brooklyn, 7, Kevin Durant.
Here's Durant moving on Tucker. Turns, he shoots.
This is the best offensive player we have ever seen.
In the first 3 quarters, giving 26 and 30K for Durant. He's going to have a moment between the quarters. Special moment indeed. That is such a huge number.
Yeah. Congrats, Kev. Get that big dog. Yep, you deserve it. One of the best scorers in the NBA, and I mean, really top 10 so NBA history.
Mm-hmm.
But
can't take that away from him.
Oh yeah, you definitely can't. So don't even try, man. Don't even try, because he's unrivaled. So Sol, tell us, man. Did you get to go to any more of the games, by the way?
No, because I bought the preseason ticket for that one game, and it was at a $40 a pop, which that completely reasonable. Right now, they're like $200+ on the resale market. Everyone wants to be there, so I don't think I'm going to be going to another unrivaled game, but I am watching it on TV. Lunar Owls, man, they are still undefeated. In the second game this week, the Mist actually set the target score like they did in the first ever game. So first ever game, you got the two co-owners going against each other, Mist, Lunar Owls. The Mist set the target score, but Lunar Owls end up getting the win. It happened again. They got the dub, and they continue to stay undefeated. Hootie hoo. Nafisa, she is showing that she took that personally, that loss in the WNBA finals. She's taking it personally. She got 35 point, 15 rebound, double-double. She's been playing lights out. She's even said that in several things, like, yeah, she's still living with that. Like, that loss is still living within her. and she's putting everything on the court to become better. And she's already a great player.
Yeah.
And she's looking scary good. And if she gets even better than what she was last year, watch out. Everyone, watch out. She's going to be balling. She might get that chip.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to seeing her final shot there. I love it. Just heck yeah, get it, girl.
So that was her final shot. The next one we got, Azura Stevens.
Basket here, what's the game? Basket is good. Azura Stevens for the win. Final score rolls 71, Miss 63.
She looks so exhausted.
Yeah.
She's kind of bumping around like, okay, let's go. But yeah.
Sometimes it gets to that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you got no time limit. It's the end of the game, and you're just one shot away. Hey, there was one game that I was watching where by the end, no one was hitting their shots on either side, and they were one shot away, and it felt like it took 5 minutes to get the winning shot.
Yeah.
Because nothing was dropping. So sometimes it gets to that. But the last one we got, Shakira Austin.
Shakira Austin. Hootie hoo!
Hootie hoo!
Yeah, the fiery hair, love it.
And right now, currently this week, the mid-season 1v1 tournament just started out. And the crazy story right now is this is Aaliyah Edwards, who was a rookie last year. So she's going to go into her sophomore WNBA season. She took out Breanna Stewart.
Yeah.
And then also took out Alicia Gray. So she, along with Azure Stevens, Nafisa Collier, and Erika Gubewale, make it to the semifinals, which is going to be on Friday, along with the finals. So this rookie, she might win $250,000.
Dude, get that money, because you know your rookie contract's not that much,
right?
So, yeah, get that money, and then everybody else get your new contract signed next year after the Players Association deal.
My favorite, we don't have a video of it, but Kalia Copper, she was asked on the sidelines, like, what's motivating you in this 1v1 tournament? And she goes, the money.
Hands down. Hands down. Yeah, I mean, hands down and hands out. Come on. Pay them. Pay them.
Money, please.
Money, please. Daddy, money. Yeah, we need to get that as one for the WNBA.
But that is my unrivaled news.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, women's basketball on the rise. So if you guys aren't watching it, do so. Do yourself a favor. Find yet another thing to love about sports. What I love supporting locals. And my girl, local Choctaw, Aspen Williston. Hopefully, maybe we'll get to the WNBA. But right now, she actually got signed to be playing with the Eastern Mavericks. And this is in the NBL 1 Central out there in Australia. And so, yeah, I mean, a little bit of an oddball of one. But this formerly the Premier League is a semi-professional basketball league in South Australia. And actually, the league comprises both men and women's competitions separately. But Aspen, go get him, girl.
Get it, girl.
Show them that Chukta spirit. Show them that you're a Tushka, that you're a warrior yourself. And be safe. And also, yeah, send me some tickets. I want to go to Australia, especially since it's pretty cold right now. But yeah, anything else for basketball?
I think that's everything.
Heck yeah, dude. Let's start kicking and screaming. What do you think?
Let's go to kicking and screaming. We're bringing back a little bit of American scoring goals.
Yep.
First up, we got Josh Sargent. He scores the only goal for Norwich in their 1-1 draw with Derby County in the EFL Championship.
Hold on, I did not have that queued up.
While you're queuing that up, I can talk about the one that we're not going to show because of copyright. We can't show the Champions League one, but Weston McKennie scored the first goal in Juventus's 2-1 win over PSV, and in his post-game match, they were like, "Oh, how'd the goal feel?" And he goes, "I love scoring against other Americans," because PSV has a large American contingent there but McKennie, he likes to score against his fellow brethren.
Love it. All right. Here's the first goal you had mentioned.
Derby will clear though. Here's Clark on the left-hand side. Clears for Derby up towards halfway. Yates shows for it. Duffy takes it straight off him. That wasn't much of a contest. Marcondes to Slimani. Slimani lays it off to Lucian Mahoba.
The ball movement is so good.
He tees up Marcondes. Lovely football. Back to George Sargent. And there's never...
Smooth as butter.
Smooth.
I was waiting for it to finish. Yeah. And the second goal.
Second goal we have here, Alejandro Zendejas. He scores the first goal in Club América's 2-1 win over Pueblas in Liga MX.
Acaba de venir el toque para el arquero. Mal y malo el servicio. Atención el disparo. Poste. El remate.
Pieces.
Lo manda a guardar en una terrible equivocación en la salida por parte del equipo de Puebla. Le dan el regalo y el América no perdona, está ganando 1-0.
13 minutos duró el plan de juego de Pablo Guede y otra vez el joven Pachuca, quien había regalado una tarjeta amarilla.
Alejandro Zendejas. He's our Mexican American.
Go to community college, get to be in Spanish.
But that is my soccer news. Let us know what American you want us to show next week. If they're scoring goals and we haven't picked them up, let us know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, send it in the comments or join the Discord. Follow the link below. We definitely are going to be having a lot of content. I mean, we're getting to content season. We're getting back into Marvel season 2, which I'm excited for this weekend, baby. Mm-hmm. But yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and light the lamp.
Light it up. We got NHL news, and then we also got Four Nations news. But starting off with NHL, Panthers won their 2 games this past week against the St. Louis Blues and the Ottawa Senators. Josh isn't here, but I'm going to speak about his Preds. Mm-hmm. They beat the Buffalo Sabres this past week, but they do also lose to one of the worst teams in the league, the Chicago Blackhawks. They were the worst team in the league, but then the San Jose Sharks said, hold my beer, and San Jose is now currently the worst team in the league, but they're kind of going back and forth between San Jose and Chicago Blackhawks. But I guess
nowhere worst. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Blackhawks, they beat the Preds, so I guess that's why they're a little bit over in points other than San Jose. But our current leaders, we got Atlantic, my Florida Panthers. Mm-hmm. Metropolitan, Washington Capitals. Central, it's still the Winnipeg Jets. And in the Pacific, it's the Edmonton Oilers. So again, we got, I think those are the same 4 from last week.
Yep.
And I believe that's probably the first week that all 4 are the same. Like that going week to week. So we'll see if that continues.
Yeah. I think the week prior, 2 weeks prior, was the Golden Knights that were in the lead. Next week, come on, Stars. Let's get it going. Even though you guys are, 4 games back, but let's do it. I'm excited to be a new fan of the Dallas Stars.
There you go.
Just don't get rid of your best player. How about you don't do that, huh?
I wouldn't even know who that was.
I bet it's a white guy that's missing a tooth.
Probably.
Yeah. Might have a beard as well.
But do you know this little tournament called the Four Nations Face-Off?
I sure don't. But I'm guessing it's something in Canada.
Canada is a part of Four Nations. It's taking place from today all the way to next Thursday. Tonight, Canada beat Sweden 3-1. The nations that are competing, it's the U.S., Canada, Sweden, and Finland. Usually the U.S. and Canada are always in the four nations. In the past, we've had Russia, but they're not really a part of any sporting thing currently. U.S.'s first game is tomorrow against Finland, so we got to beat the Finnish, obviously. But the Florida Panthers, my team, they got 8 players playing in four nation. The country that has the most Panthers on them is Finland, with both the Panthers captain and Finland's captain, Alexander Barkov, got Anton Lundell, Jutulostarinen.
Yeah, I like it.
And Nico Mikola. So they're in Finland. We got Sweden, we got Gustav Forsling. Canada, the Sam Reinhart and Sam Bennett. And then in US, we got Matthew Tkachuk. So let's go Chucky and let's go USA.
Yeah, and everybody else, and even though Finland is not the Dutch.
All right, Gold member. Don't play the laughing boy. There are only 2 things I can't stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
What?
And the Dutch. What?
I play any time that the U.S. has played the Dutch in the World Cup, whether it's men or women, that scene every single time. Yeah. Every single time.
Yeah, we may have to edit it and just change it to like all other nations too. And the Finnish. Yep. Well, speaking of Finnish, are we finished?
Yeah, I think we need to get just a little weirder than we are right now.
We got some time to get weird?
We can get weird.
Oh, I love it. Let's get weird. Oh my gosh. I mean, this thing is beautiful.
It's the sports meme of the week, even though it's not really sports. It was during a halftime show.
Yeah.
If I send you this, just know I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah, right. Dude, love it, man. Yeah, he was looking so far into that camera.
Say Drake.
Yeah. Say Drake. Heard you like him, guy? Dude.
That shit-eating grin.
Oh my god. Yeah. Like he looks like me whenever I opened up my Christmas present and saw Nintendo 64. And was just like, yes, I will never leave my basement.
I mean, it's just a picture, but he's staring into my soul.
Right? I feel it here. And also in my past selves.
But yeah, all of the Kendrick memes, just go look them up. They're perfect. They're great.
Yep.
And he's going to do it anyways.
Yeah, he's going to do it anyways. And you know what? Even though we were down one person, we did it anyways.
We did it.
We did it. We done did it. We did it. So thank you all so much for joining us. Follow us everywhere, Ruckus EV, right? So that's social medias. Definitely be looking out for a lot of the upcoming programs. Unfortunately, the Geek Dudes weren't able to get together tonight because of Josh's illness. So Josh, you're in our prayers right now, bud. Get well. Stop faking it. God made you healed completely, so believe in that. But also get some rest, and drink some hot tea or honey or something. Whatever the ailment is. But yeah, be looking for them. If not tomorrow, as far as for Ruckus Wrestling, definitely look for them next week. And then we also got, I guess the next bracket, bitches, it's going to be March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
The bracket of all bitches.
The bracket to start them all.
Yeah, it was. It was the bracket. Yeah, one bracket to start them all. But yeah, definitely be watching the college ball and be paying attention to who is heating up right now as they kind of go into some of their end of season play, going into the conference or as far as their individual respective conference or division championships, and then into the tournament. So if you do want to be a part of our bracket, definitely join our Discord. We'll be putting the link out there. as far as for the actual bracket for you to fill it out. What do you think, Saul? Should we do one bracket or two?
Sometimes it's fun to do two, but then also you can game the system. So I kind of like that we're doing the one bracket. And my favorite thing is Josh, who knows the most about college ball, follows it the most. He always ends up doing the worst in the bracket. So that's what I look forward to every year. Not winning, is Josh doing so terrible, knowing so much.
I don't take a whole lot of joy in that, but it is hilarious. Because he knows balls because he sucks them. Hey! Clip that out. But no, Josh, we love you, bud. I don't mean to, hit you when you're down. But yeah, definitely, follow us for bracket pitches as far as for March Madness. In April, we will be doing a draft coverage with a fantasy fuck around. And if you do not like my inappropriate language, I apologize, but we did clean some of it up on the Discord. So kind of change some of the tiers, change some of the Patreon tiers. So if you want to be a patron and help support us, we all have full-time jobs and are doing all this kind of out of our pocket and just out of our free will, basically, just kind of volunteer. But we do need some equipment upgrade. Sol, you need a backdrop. I mean, you
don't like me in the darkness.
I mean, I love the ghostly image of just your head just floating, But no, we got to get you a background. We got to get Josh some lighting. Camera upgrades, everything of that nature. Plus, we still have some subscriptions to pay for, so our StreamYard and such of that nature. But so if you want to help support us in that way, you can. Also, we do have Streamlabs, so streamlabs.com/RuckusEV. But if you want to be a part of the Ruckus itself, for free, you can join the Discord and just be in the conversations in the chat and be a Chaos of Agent. But if you want to be a true Chaos of Agent, join that tier. And with that, we actually will help curate some content for you if you want to do a show, help train you on some of the media, some of the production side of things, and get you off and running. So definitely follow us on what we're doing. We got some more things to come. Hopefully we'll be able to get some of the music content. Politics is getting pretty wild. Trump be damned. He at least provides some ridiculous amounts of content for comedians, for conspiracy theorists, for disaster preppers. Lots going on there. So we may see about that or some legal stuff in the future as far as some different content. But let us know if that's something that entices you. Let us know in the chats what you want to see in this coming year in 2025, because it's going to be a great one. But as always, it's going to be a ruckus. And so it's been a pleasure being a ruckus with you and wrapping it up. And if it is Valentine's week, so happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's
Day to you. And if you are with your sweetheart, definitely wrap it up. And we're out of here, y'all, because we're wrapping it up. Peace, be safe. Practice safe sex. I'm not going to say the thing I was thinking of.